Welcome back. Well, today we're joined by Ms. Edda Bohn, the Deputy Executive Director, or rather, sorry, the Executive Director at the Ministry of Education, Innovation, Youth, Sports, Arts and Culture. As Namibia celebrates significant improvements in the 2025 senior secondary examination results, the nation has witnessed a surge in academic performance, as well as a notable increase in part-time enrollment and encouraging outcomes across several regions. The ministry reports that 40.3% of candidates achieved the revised benchmark of at least 25 points in 5 subjects, with 36% of full-time candidates qualifying to progress to advanced subsidiary level, and regions like Kavango East leading the national performance charts. There's also a remarkable rise in learner achievements from unexpected schools and a stronger performance by the boy child. So today we explore what these results mean for Namibia's education sector, the challenges that remain, and the strategies that the ministry is deploying to ensure every learner can succeed. Madam Bohn?
Yeah,
good evening and welcome.
Good evening.
I know a very long day that you've had today, so I appreciate that you've made time to be here.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yes.
But overall, how would you describe, the 2025 exam results compared to previous years?
Yeah, altogether, I think we carry it with pride that the learners have showed considerable improvement in the ordinary level. Mm-hmm. In the advanced subsidiary, we could say it's comparable, if not the same, and decimal points or just a single percentage digit lesser than the year before. So that is consistent performance at the advanced subsidiary, I would consider it that way. And then, of course, the improvement at ordinary, which when you look at the succession of improvement over the years since 2020, when the first round of this more difficult school leaving certificate at ordinary level, that is NQF level 3, was written, it's a steady improvement. And that steady improvement shows us actually that we are maturing in the system. Our teachers and, the entire system has grown accustomed to the revised curriculum. And that is really an item to celebrate, and that is also evidence that it is possible. It is not, rocket science.
Because there was so much resistance when the curriculum changed and so much discomfort, but look at us now.
Yeah, no, and it is what we need to embrace is that this curriculum opens more doors, and it builds on what we always say, foundation first, excellence always. That means foundation means from ECD, pre-primary, right through primary, up to secondary, and that is what we are really celebrating.
Beautiful. We've seen a rise also in part-time candidates, Madam Bohn. What does this say about, second chance education in Namibia?
Yeah, altogether, we of course embrace that, nobody should be judged by their first attempt, but the ministry is also encouraging that we should get it right first time around. Because repetition or, reattempts do cost a lot of money. So, but on the other side, it is also an evidence of that, importance is attached to the school leaving certificate as a step into, work life and further studies.
Right.
And from that perspective, yes, and also the philosophy of lifelong learning, we must remain open to, multiple ways how to attain a qualification. And therefore, institutions that offer, tuition and part-time lectures, classes, and then registered examination centers provide for that.
Yeah. Today we saw regions such as the Kavango East performing exceptionally well. What's working in these regions, Madam Bohn?
Yeah, I think what we need to really applaud the teachers there, and the ministry, since the inception of the new curriculum, has advocated strongly for holiday schools, vacation schools, and the Kavango East region has religiously implemented that, and then also the learners attend to school, and I mean, that is, if you are a hostel learner, then you are basically close by and in touch with your learners. But we need to also recognize that the performance is influenced by, our pet school, the Rukonga Vision School, which, was inaugurated by late Dr. Abraham Iyambo. And during those days, and it is still our intent to provide equitable quality access for the most unfortunate. That is now for orphans and vulnerable children out of who cannot afford, to access quality secondary schools. So we, through a rigorous application process, the most able orphans and vulnerable children are then recruited and exposed to this opportunity. And of course, every school in Namibia should be a center of excellence, but this selection of, the capable learners, as well as then having a complement, a staff complement who gives that extra mile. Correct. Because at the Vision School, the Rukonga Vision School, as a teacher, you are on duty 24/7, 365, so to say. And because teachers and learners live on the school campus all year round. Yeah.
We also saw another improvement was the performance of the boy child, which was really lovely to see. What's behind this positive shift?
Yeah, we have, over the past few years, since the release of the research, the formal research by UNAM, except for us observing the trends that the girl child used to outperform the boy child, we have reoriented our gender approach that we focus on both girl child and boy child equally. So that has been happening throughout, and that is what the ministry still stands for, that we implemented the Dignity Project, but then also encourage the boy child to, claim their place again. And so that is where I think where the encouragement really brings back the positive outlook, and therefore, that with school and academic achievement, you can move mountains. So that is the intent. And when I say academic achievement, it's not just in the pure, the tertiary institution sector, but also the TVET sector. Yes. So the technical vocational education sector is equally boosted through this. Also for the girl child, again, because we used to perceive, technical vocational as
for boys
as
only.
the male-oriented stream, but it has also opened up for the girl child. So that is how we try to balance in terms of guidance and counseling programs, but also, the holistic development of the child, the school learners.
Well, there were some surprising top results from certain schools and learners too. I think people were going on and chatting about, Eshupena also making it in the top 10 of schools this year. How important is it, to spotlight and learn from these success stories?
Yeah, what we also need to embrace is that Eshupena was one of the fortunate schools where the AI teacher was introduced, where we know from, educational psychology as well as pedagogical studies and researches, it's proven if there is a one-on-one relationship for the learner with their teacher, and where the teacher can respond to the difficulties of every learner, every moment, so to say, then the learning outcomes are greater. So that through the a public-private partnership, we implemented a project there are few more schools in Namibia who benefited from this, but it is just wonderful to see, the fruits of this. Where learners had, through computers, their AI teacher in their, as a tutor, one-on-one, in the various subjects from mathematics, English to science and commercial subjects. And that has really, I think, number one, it has motivated and inspired the learners. And number two, it of course has strengthened them in their abilities.
That's lovely. With the 40.3% meeting the new benchmark, are we moving closer to the ministry's, academic targets, Madam Bohn?
Yeah, if we look back to the KPI2 where we had talked about the 20 points, then we achieved already 60, which is 2/3, close to 2/3. And that is actually what we want, that, in terms of the normal distribution, as much as the normal distribution is one perspective of looking at education achievement, myself personally and professionally, all learners would like to have all learners achieve, as high flyers, but there we go. So the 40%, yes, it's closer to 50 and it's still a step to go to 60, but altogether in raising the bar to 25 points really, reaffirms the ministry's commitment to quality education outcomes. So that is what we can see here, and we can, as you also said, that at the beginning there was so much ambivalence towards, having advanced subsidiary as an additional school year to school leaving. It really has proven as, a positive impact for learners, and, how shall I say, stimulating the inspiration to work hard.
100%. Just lastly and briefly, what are the key priorities to further improve learner performance in the coming years? Yeah,
what we need to stress is that time at task, focused time at task is essential from the first day onwards, because only through continuous efforts we yield results. So it is the ambition of the ministry to continue supporting teachers in selected subject areas, and where we find that there are, difficulties in whether it's certain topics or certain ways questions are posed. For example, we have seen that the practical work still imposes a challenge. Practical work in, the subjects, except for of course, also the technical subjects have a practical component, but also the sciences, that is biology, physics, and chemistry. And agriculture also, geography, map work, and so on. So that component of the entire assessment and the teaching and learning needs strengthening. So the ministry will continue strengthening teacher capacity and ability to actually conduct practical work, as well as then, of course, the material and supplies for this.
Yeah. Madam Bohn, we always appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much, and congratulations to the nation.
Yes, indeed.
And of course, my biggest accolade goes to all teachers, and not only the senior secondary teachers, but the teachers who have molded these learners from the early grades onwards. So all of you.